I feel like my general life motto is fuck around and find out, and that is exactly what I've done. So the last 2 weeks or so I've been on fludrocortisone, which is a synthetic aldosterone, basically to help my body reabsorb salt to increase the amount of water like in my blood, so my blood volume should increase. And it's been working really great, but I feel so fluidy, like I'm not bloated, I just feel like all over a bit squishy, and that makes sense, there's more fluid in my body. So my doctor did say I can reduce the dose if I want to, and at first I was like, no, this is really working for my POTS, I don't really want to reduce it. And then a few days later I was like, maybe I could just try halving the dose. So the last 2 days I've halved my dose, and the fatigue is back and I'm feeling a little bit crap. So I think I need to increase it back to like 1 whole tablet every day, which is fine. I mean, I had the idea of if I have more blood volume, maybe I don't have to take as much mitoderine, because I'm cranking through the mitoderine and it's really expensive. So if I can reduce that, that would be great. But I don't think that is the case, because even staying on my higher mitoderine dose and reducing my fludro, I'm still getting like the fatigue. So, and I've been peeing heaps. Yeah. For the first week or 2 that I was on fludro, I wasn't peeing anywhere near as much as I usually do, but I'm still drinking the same amount of water, which again makes sense. I'm holding on to more of that fluid. And as soon as I reduced the dose, I started peeing it out again. So yeah, I think I just convinced myself I have to go back to a full dose of fludro, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I also just went to the pharmacy. I had to get all of the drugs because, you know, I'm like keeping them in business at the moment. And I asked about continuous glucose monitors because I'm thinking about doing one for a couple of weeks just to get some data, because when I run, specifically running, sometimes when I'm cycling as well, I hit a wall and I just get like really heavy and tired. And usually if I have a gel, I feel better, but only for, you know, like 2Ks, and then I feel a bit shit again. So I have a running theory that my liver is okay, but I don't think my muscles are storing glycogen like they should, and they're either not storing it or they're not releasing it when I need them to. And I think I might be having hypos when I'm training. So I have ordered a continuous glucose monitor to have on the back of my arm for a couple of weeks to see if I can get some data about that. If I can figure out what's happening when I'm training, hopefully I can adapt either my training or my fueling to help that. So anyway, that's my running theory. I guess I'll let you know how that goes. Already struggling. I am 5 minutes down for my 1 hour ride. Out of breath. I'm only doing 100 watts for an hour. Just to get the legs spinning. But I forgot to take my meds, of course. I'm really bad at taking meds. I do set alarms, but I then snooze them because I'm in the middle of something, and then I snooze them again and again and again. And then it's been an hour and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't take my meds. Super out of breath. I'm doing 100 watts at 108 beats per minute. This should be easier than walking. And I cannot talk. So I guess this is where that fuck around and find out stuff comes in, where I decided to halve my fludrocortisone dose and at the same time decrease my mitoderine, thinking that I was like somehow magically cured. I'm not. I feel awful now. Bad choices. I will go back to what I was on before. I was just getting slightly higher blood pressure than I'm used to, which is probably fine, but for me it was really high, so I freaked out a bit. So I guess I'll reduce that back down. I actually can't do this, my fingers have already gone numb. Can't feel my toes. Toes and fingers are gone. Left the chat. We've done 6 minutes and 35 seconds. And and they're out of here. Okay. I'm feeling okay now. I think that first little bit at the beginning, like the first 6 minutes, was awful. I think that was actually just changing positions, going from like sitting and working to getting changed to getting onto the bike, because I've done half an hour. I'm now at 110 beats per minute and 100 watts, so I'm really happy with that. The meds wouldn't have kicked in yet either, so I think this is like residual medication from like earlier doses. So I'm 32 minutes in to a 1 hour ride, so getting it done. Feel good. So that ride went a little bit better than I expected it to. I felt really terrible in the first like 3 minutes, but my heart settled and it actually felt really easy. I could have just done that for hours, so definitely hit the right zone. Pretty happy with that. I'm really hungry now, so my husband just brought home dinner, so I don't have to cook. I'm gonna grab a shower and then have some dinner. Hi friends, it's Wednesday evening. I just pulled up at my house. I wanted this vlog to be kind of real life, no filter. The plan was to do a 30-minute run after work today, but I just worked 11 hours. I wasn't able to eat. I barely drank anything and I forgot my meds twice. So I'm not feeling all that great. Go figure. My sitting heart rate is 80 and my stress level is 30. So stress isn't too bad. Heart rate's pretty cooked. So by the time I take my medication, which I'm going to do right now, that I've talked about, it won't kick in for another hour. I haven't eaten yet either, so I'll be extremely underfueled. So the run I was supposed to do, even though it was just a 30-minute easy, I'm not going to do it because I feel like it's going to push my body over the line of what stress I can handle. Oh my God, I can't open this goddamn case. Got it, yay. So anyway, this is the reality of trying to do triathlon training and working. I also have a family. My husband has the kids at the moment, so that's helpful. I can just go inside and get my shit done that I need to do. One sec. The good thing about my job is I have contact hours where I lecture students. But I also have marking of all of their assignments. So the lecturing part, obviously I have to be there at a certain time, but the marking part of my job is really flexible. So I can do it from home, I can go to my office, I can do it whenever and wherever I want, as long as I get it done in a reasonable amount of time. So that part is fantastic and helps a lot. It's not that I work like 9 to 5 every day. Sometimes I will get up at 5, not feel super great in my body, so instead I'll do some marking for work until I'm feeling a little bit better, maybe take the kids to school, come home, go for a swim, and then, you know, get ready. If I have an afternoon class, I can kind of structure my work around my commitments for that day. That is super helpful, and I appreciate not everybody has that flexibility. It's something I'm very grateful for. I should have got up this morning early and did my run early, but it's winter here and it was like 1 degree and I'm not down for some cold. I don't like it, so I stayed in bed for a little bit too long, and then I got up and went to work, and yeah, and I was like, I'll do my run later, and then sure enough I've starved myself. I'm severely dehydrated, I'm under medicated, and now I can be fucked. So instead I'm going to hydrate, take my meds, which I've now done, eat some food, and just hang out with my family for the rest of the night, and get an early night's sleep and try again tomorrow. I have no teaching for the next 2 days in a row, so I will be marking assignments. It means I'm really flexible with my time. So yeah, I've got a Pilates class booked for tomorrow afternoon, and I'll probably do tonight's run tomorrow. So I'll get up, do some marking, go for a run, come home, do some more marking, go to Pilates, come home, do some more marking, rinse and repeat for Friday. So anyway, that's how I structure my training. It's hectic, it's all over the place, nothing is predictable. Even if I have a 2-hour day at work, like I lecture for 2 hours, students will hang around afterwards, ask questions, I'll get distracted, get called into meetings and that kind of thing. So yeah, every day is different, which I love. A little neurospicy brain loves a bit of spontaneity, but it does make planning my workouts very tricky. Luckily, my coach is understandable. He's also a lecturer, so he gets it. Anyway, my family will be home soon, so I better go inside and feed my dogs and do all the other, fun things you have to do as a parent. All right, catch you in the next bit. All right, it's still Wednesday. I just came inside, and one of the problems with my POTS is when my blood pressure drops too low, I throw up. And if I stand up too quickly and I have no blood pressure, that nausea is next level. I just came inside, attempted to get changed, and just like barfed. It was awful. This is purely because I haven't taken my meds. Like, my Mitadrine absolutely helps my nausea and vomiting. I was taking just one tablet 3 times a day, so 5 milligrams 3 times a day. But after seeing my exercise physiologist and explaining, like, the nausea and the vomiting was kind of the most significant of my symptoms, apart from passing out, of course. And he suggested I increase my dose to 1.5 tablets, so 7.5 milligrams 3 times a day, and then have a evening dose of 2.5, so another half a tablet, 3 hours before I go to bed. And since I've been doing that, I've had no vomiting or nausea, unless I skip a dose. I'm so out of breath. Oh my God. Yeah, so skipping doses just doesn't work for me, and the correlation of skipping a dose and vomiting is just like next level. I was attempting to have a shower, but I now think I need to wait for my meds to kick in. Fun and games. If you're a potsy and you don't yet have a shower chair, get on that. I just got home from work and I desperately need a shower. I smell like cadavers. Don't ask me why. Get on it. These are great. Good morning. It's Friday. I'm just sitting at my desk because I have 1,000 assignments to mark before the end of the day. I actually only have 250, but I've done 131, so I still have a lot to go. So I'll be here all day. I just wanted to check in because I popped my shoulder out again last night and it's fucking sore this morning. I thought I was getting somewhere. The last few days have been okay. I've rested a lot. I've done no Pilates and no swimming for the last 2 weeks and I felt like it was getting somewhere, and then I woke up this morning and it wasn't in properly. I feel like it's almost in properly now. I think it's all right. The pain's gone down a little bit, so that's usually a sign that it's back in properly. But fuck, I'm so frustrated. So I'm going to Pilates tonight, this afternoon. I've got a class booked, so I'm not cancelling it. I'm going because I love it too much. I'll just have to go a little bit easier on this shoulder. I've just ordered a brace that I can wear to bed that kind of sits around here and holds it in. So hopefully that'll help. I seem to only pop this one out in my sleep. It's fine during the day. So anyway, I know what that's all about. But I was just having a look at my HRV status because that was just in the dumps this morning. I'll put it up on the screen because I think it's kind of interesting. You can clearly see the 4 times that I have popped my shoulder out because it causes a lot of pain. Obviously, sometimes it wakes me up, sometimes it doesn't. But when I wake up feeling like I've been hit by a truck, I'm like, what's that all about? And I look at my stress levels, and my stress level's really high. So, I mean, really high, that's for me really high. Usually when I'm sleeping, it's, the blue flat line, no stress, calm. But if I have peaks of orange, I know that that's usually correlated to pain. So I looked this morning and sure enough, I was in pain all of last night. So I feel a bit wrecked this morning. I do also have a ride to do today. My coach wants me to do. We are starting to add in some interval training into my plan. I was talking to my exercise physiologist the other day and he is explaining something called sympathetic saturation, where if I go for a run, I will run at say 150 beats, medicated. It's usually not that low, but let's say I'm running at 150 and then I'll walk for a little bit. My heart doesn't seem to come back down. It stays at 150. Sometimes I kind of just sit on the side of the road or wherever I'm running and try to wait for my heart to go down. And usually it only comes down to like 135, 120 maybe when I'm sitting down, and then I get up and I run again. So he was saying that that's something called sympathetic saturation, where basically you have a baseline level of sympathetic activity and then you add stresses on top of that, and it will eventually get to like a roof of like that's just maximum sympathetic activity. So I'm sitting at a higher baseline usually just because I've got dysfunction, and then you add running on top of that and it kind of bumps it up, and then as I keep running it keeps going up until it hits this level, and then it just doesn't come down. So sometimes after like an hour after my run, my heart rate is still well over 100, even though I feel okay, like I've stopped, I'm sitting down, I'm having a drink, it's still just like way too high. So we're going to try to fix that by putting some intervals in place. So instead of doing say like intervals per minute, you know, you train for 5 minutes, have a 2-minute break, we're going to do it with heart rate. So we've picked some heart rate levels and I will train at that level, and then as soon as I get to that heart rate goal, we stop and we come back down. And however long that takes for my heart to come back down, that's what we do. We wait for it to get back to wherever we want it, and then we start again. And that's to try to train my body into not being sympathetically dominant. Yeah, so hopefully that works. I don't know, I haven't tried it before. It makes sense physiologically, but we'll see if my body cooperates. So we're gonna try and do that on the bike. Running is just awful for me. It's always been really, really hard, probably because my heart has been absolutely cooked for 20 years. So we're going to start these intervals on the bike instead, because we can control it a little bit more. And I'm talking inside bike on the trainer. So I will do that on Training Peaks and see how we go. Anyway, I've got 6,000 assignments to mark today, so I need to get that done. I will be here all day with my shitty shoulder. I've got my salty nudes. Yay. If you haven't seen my Instagram, I love these things. I have them almost every day. They've got an obscene amount of salt in them. There's 1,260 milligrams of sodium in this cup. So that's like 55% of the daily intake for a normal person. That is 1/5 of what I have each day. So they're brown rice noodles as well, so they're gluten-free for those people with MCAS who can't do gluten. I can't do gluten. I have an allergy to wheat, super weird. I'm not a celiac. I was tested for celiac disease and I was given a positive celiac disease diagnosis, and just from my like symptoms and my family history. They're like, yep, for sure. And I refuse to do like the test where you eat lots of gluten and then have like a colonoscopy. I was like, there's no way I'm eating gluten for 6 weeks. Like I will be sick as a dog, like absolutely not. And he was like, okay, well, if you feel that way, then you've probably got celiac disease. So let's just say that you do. And I was like, great, but I've had kids, like I need to know if they have the gene. So if we have to, you know, be careful for them. So I pushed for the gene testing, got that, came back negative. And so my gastroenterologist called me and was like, yeah, you don't have celiac disease. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But also in the time from doing that test and waiting for the results, it was like a couple of weeks. So I had gone on a full celiac diet and I was still like getting sick. Now we probably know that the vomiting was from POTS and low blood pressure, not actually what I was eating. But I also had cut out gluten and was still a little bit sick. So yeah, we couldn't really figure out what was going on. I had a skin prick test on my back where they like prick you with lots of different allergens to see what you react to. And my whole back was just hardcore flare. Like I think there was only a couple of squares. I don't know how many I had, whether it was like 12 or 24, I can't remember, but there was like quite a lot of things that they tested for. And most of them came back positive. I had 2 really bad ones. There was like dust mites was really bad. And what was the other one? It was like what's it called? A preservative in like a lot of skincare and hand washes and stuff. It's usually in the hand washes in the hospital too, so I can't use those. They give me like really bad dermatitis on my hands, but it's not like anaphylaxis or anything. And the other one I had was wheat. So we're like, oh, you've got a wheat allergy. And I was like, 100% makes sense that a lot of celiac foods still have wheat in it. So they're safe for celiacs, but they're not safe for people with wheat allergies. So that kind of cleared up that. I've been wheat free for now for, I don't know, probably well over 4 years, and it's been much better. The vomiting still happens, but that's definitely related to low blood pressure, not what I'm eating. So anyway, that's a roundabout story to be like, these gluten-free noodles are fantastic. Just brought up at Pilates. I feel like I'm smelling like cadavers. And that is weird because I shower quite frequently, and I did not wear these clothes to the anatomy lab the other day. It's been 2 days since I've been in the anatomy lab hanging out with cadavers, and I just cannot get that smell out of my nose. It's a bit gross. I did want to say something else. Oh my God, the brain fog. Maybe I just need a little bit of salt. I have some sody in here. I try to have at least 1 or 2 little packets of sody a day. I've only had 1 today. I have taken all of my meds on time, which is like, good job me. That's so rare. And like, I'm the problem. I know this. No, I started recording because I'm like, oh, I have to say something, and then immediately forgot. So you're welcome for this random ramble. Oh, thank God it's Friday. Oh, the weekend plans are going to be fun. So tomorrow I have a 45-minute run. I think I'm probably going to do that on the treadmill. I kind of have been enjoying the treadmill because I can just watch YouTube or something fun. And then on Sunday I have a 2-hour ride. I think I might be doing that with my friend Bex. If I am, we'll probably go up to like Belair or Blackwood in South Australia, where there's a big national park. It's really cool. Really good gravel cycle trails in there. So we'll try and do that. Otherwise, if we're keeping it flat and easy, we might like go along the Esplanade at the beach, which is kind of cool. I really enjoy where we live. I'm kind of right in the middle of the hills, the beach, and like the wine regions on either side. So there's so many good places to cycle and run and new places to go. I love it. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm really excited to go to Pilates. I miss it so much, but oh my God, my body is sore. My shoulder is sore, let's be honest. This is gonna be fun. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, I just finished Pilates. Holy shit. That was really rough. The class itself was great. My body was not. Oh, I look really pale now. I almost passed out so many times. Ugh. My shoulder is definitely not where it seems to be. I mean, where it needs to be. Super sore, which is really pissing me off. 2 weeks and it was feeling pretty good, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna go back, and then it's pretty sore. When I started moving it around, it started to like not hurt, so maybe it just like needs a good stretch. I don't know. Either way, heaps frustrating. We were doing like splits on top of the reformer, like side splits. I can like feel my knees like bending. I was like, that's not fucking right. My body is just not right. Perks of being hypermobile, just every joint is like just this fucking close to just snapping. It's the worst. I feel so unstable. And then, you know, like we do like abs, and I would do like one sit up and be shaking because I don't know, I just have no energy at all. And it's like almost when you use a muscle so much that it's super fatigued and it starts to shake and you get like the tremors. But I get tremors just like standing and sitting. It's just, yeah, like I'm so low on energy that my body just goes, no, I can't do any of this. Not one sit up. Like, it's so dumb. Other days I feel really strong. Like there's no correlation to it. I can't figure it out. Anyway, we knew that my HRV was shit today. I felt shit all day. I've been working a lot as well, so like cognitive load was huge today. So I'm just depleted. I'm knackered. I think hubby's bringing home steaks for dinner, so I'm excited. I'm gonna make some bangin' mash. I really feel like mashed potato. It's like whenever I feel sad, I just like mashed potato will make it better. All right, that's it. Let's get home. Good afternoon, it's Saturday. I'm having a very overly parasympathetic day today. My heart rate was super low overnight, and it's remaining high even when I'm standing up. So a standing heart rate of 60 is a bit weird for me. My HRV was really, really high as well. It was at the upper end of my normal. So going by some of the advice my exercise physiologist has given me is to change my training plan on days like that. So instead of doing the 45-minute run that I'm supposed to do today, I'm supposed to exchange it out for either a wheelchair like workout, like go for a wheel, or a walk. So because my shoulder is still sore, I've opted out again a couple of days ago, I'm going to opt for a walk. Finding it really difficult to breathe today. You can also tell, like, I don't have any makeup on, but like under my eyes get really deep and dark and red. Usually I think that's to do with like cerebral blood flow is really low. So even though my blood pressure is normal, well, it feels normal, I haven't actually checked today, my blood pressure will be in the normal range, but it doesn't really get into my head. So where you measure your blood is in your arm, so that's kind of directly next to your heart. So that usually gets blood flow, but cerebral blood flow around your brain is a little bit different. It has to go higher than your heart. And people with floppy veins like mine, your body has to work extra hard to push that blood up to your head. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what it's like. This is such a wild condition. Like some days I'm super high with my heart rate, and some days it's really low. Today is low. I usually get quite low on the weekends. I don't know if that's maybe like all of the week activities kind of come together and just absolutely crush me on a weekend, but it's a bit shit. Anyway, we're going out tonight, so I need to get my shit together. We just got back from basketball. My daughter was playing, so we went and watched her play basketball, which was great. But I did sleep in this morning. I was up watching Survivor because I needed to know who won. So I didn't go to bed till like midnight, which is really unlike me. I'm usually fast asleep by like 9, so I'm tired, even though I slept in. But I didn't get up to do my run, which I was going to do. All right, I'm gonna just jump on the treadmill, I think, and just get a 45-minute walk in and then have a shower and get ready to go out tonight. I just could not be bothered, but my husband organised a little surprise, which is really fun. I'll tell you about it a bit later. But yeah, all right, toodaloo. My 40-minute walk. The whole time I was yawning, so I knew that my blood pressure was not getting to my brain. I'm just laying in bed now doing my compression boots to try to get some of that blood to my head. My heart is still in high 50s. Went down to 42, so I was like, oh, it's really low today. I had a look at the paperwork that my exercise physiologist sent me about like kind of how to manage either being too sympathetic or too parasympathetic. Today being too parasympathetic, I needed to switch any running. We don't run at all when I'm like this. I have to either switch it for cycling or walking or wheelchair. So I opted for walking. I frankly just did not feel like putting on bibs and sitting on the bike for an hour. And my shoulder's a bit sore, so I didn't want a wheelchair either. So yep, opted for the treadie, which is great. I just kind of watched YouTube videos and chilled out for a bit. But yeah, my heart, I couldn't get over, I think 85 was like the highest you can go. And just for context, usually when I'm walking, it's at like 110, at least 110, medicated. If I was not medicated, that would be like maybe 130, 140. Yeah, so 80 is just a bit weird for me. I look like shit. Like, I've got date night tonight. I need to sort my shit out. But anyway, hopefully this helps.